Welcome to How to Buy International Real Estate in Your IRA in 3 Simple Steps. My name is Brett Duddle, and in this program, I'm going to show you how to purchase international real estate in your IRA in just 3 simple steps. Before we start this program, you're going to want to go online to www.globalira.org/3-step system to download your worksheet, and then you can follow along to the presentation. So as I mentioned, my name is Brett Duddle. I'm the founder of globalira.org. And just a little bit about my background. I was in the corporate grind for over 15 years, and I put on a suit and tie every day, went to work, worked in some cases up to 100 hours a week, and really was doing the corporate grind. I founded a retirement plan company managing up to $300 million. And I actually started this from scratch and built it client by client, year by year, up into a $300 million brokerage firm. So we managed IRA plans, we managed 401k plans, self-directed IRA plans, defined benefit plans, and the like. So everything that had to do with retirement plans, we managed. And I got really tired of that actually over a 15-year time period of doing the corporate grind and really working my tail off. And I was lucky enough to had the foresight to sell that business around 2006. And I was then able to essentially live my dreams and do what I had always wanted to do, which was to live in another country and start a great eco-friendly development and really follow my dreams. So since I sold my company, I became an international real estate investor and developer. I founded a company called La Jolla Perfecta Costa Rica, which is now an $80 million health and wellness community, and I did so by funding it with my IRA. So in this course, you're going to learn how you can do something similar, and you can buy the property of your dreams, and you can really change the entire course of your life by leveraging your IRA and achieving that IRA freedom. I also founded a couple of other companies during that time since I've sold my retirement plan business. One is the Costa Rica Real Estate Investment Club. Another is CostaRicaIRA.com, as well as GlobalIRA.org, and also Costa Rica Property Finder. Now, I do a lot of business in Costa Rica, but that doesn't mean you have to. The purpose of starting Global IRA is for anybody who's interested in achieving IRA freedom and investing in anything else outside the U.S. stock market or outside the bond market, so any non-traditional assets outside the U.S. And that's why we are here to teach you how to achieve IRA freedom. I wanted to also take a moment and introduce our Chief Compliance Officer, David Braga. He's got 12 years of financial services, banking, and real estate experience. And during that time, he was the Chief Compliance Officer of Trust Administration Services, which was a self-directed IRA custodian. He specialized in real estate, trust deeds, and private security. And then he also worked at Scripps Bank, La Jolla, California, where he's a loan underwriter. He processed over $500 million in loans, as well as the asset manager in real estate and REO assets, and really with a focus on self-directed retirement plans. And he was also a financial advisor for A.G. Edwards and is now the compliance officer for Costa Rica IRA. The importance of all of this is that what David is really good at is taking this 12 years of financial services business and boiling it all down to the very important parts to help you, when you're out there achieving IRA freedom, not make what could potentially be the biggest mistake of your life. And that is potentially doing something that you're not supposed to do unintentionally with your IRA. He's really good at helping people avoid those big time mistakes by making sure that they don't cross the line outside the gray area or outside the black and white area, if you will, in the IRA services business. So he's a great asset for anybody who needs help with a complex international real estate transaction or any transaction that might be challenging inside your IRA. Moving along, what is Global IRA Paperwork Services? Well, we help facilitate paperwork for any complex transaction in a self-directed retirement plan. It doesn't have to be international real estate. It can be any complex transaction in a retirement plan. And with the way that rules are changing today and the IRS code and the laws that are changing today, these transactions that used to be simple, it used to be 3 pieces of paper to buy a piece of real estate in your IRA. Those days are gone forever. Today, it is becoming more and more complex as the rules are becoming more and more stringent. The potential to make a mistake is becoming greater and greater. And what can happen if you make a mistake in your IRA is a potential catastrophic loss to your IRA. And in many cases, for many people, this could be completely unrecoverable financially. So that's part of why Global IRA exists, is to make sure that in the event of someone who could possibly make a big mistake and cause themselves some substantial harm, one of the things we do as a facilitator is help people with the paperwork so that they make sure to dot all their I's, cross all their T's, and make sure to put in the right information in these complex forms that sometimes trip people up. We also definitely specialize in real estate, international and domestic, and commercial real estate and residential transactions. Those tend to be common transactions that we find can be very complex. And in many cases, when people are looking to purchase commercial real estate domestically or international real estate, they find that the paperwork can be so difficult. And the parties involved, such as the attorneys or the brokers or the escrow agents, really do not have a lot of depth of knowledge when it comes to the retirement plan assets. So that's where Global IRA comes in helping people make sure to avoid the potential catastrophic mistakes and get all the paperwork done correctly. And a little bit about what we don't do. We do not give advice, tax or legal. We do not act as a custodian, broker, or real estate advisor. And we always make sure that we are clear with our clients that we're not giving any advice. That being said, we can certainly have seen all different kinds of transactions and have the ability to help facilitate when you come up against a problem where your custodian simply can't answer the question for you because they're bound by their legal obligations. A lot of times we can come in and help you because we know what the right answer is, and we can make sure that we help assist coordinate between all parties, attorneys, sellers, buyers, brokers, escrow, help set up your self-directed account, assist in coordinating with your old custodian to transfer or roll over funds to the new custodian, assist with the needed investment paperwork at the new custodian throughout the entire transaction process, and work with all of the parties to coordinate and complete any required documents. Now, a little bit about my personal story. International, commercial, and land development. Again, when I was just getting to the point where I was selling my business and really tired of that corporate grind, and I wanted to make a major life change. I wanted to buy a piece of real estate, and I wanted to create an eco-friendly development. I wanted to live in other countries and spend more time surfing and hiking and being with my friends and my family and doing the outdoor activities. So I had the good fortune to spend a lot of time in Costa Rica. I've traveled all over the world, and this just happened to be one country that I kept coming back to. It just kept calling me. And I found an amazing piece of property that I just fell in love with. It was 164 acres, and I was able to use my IRA to purchase this property. And I really was so excited about this because I was able to find this big piece of property and negotiate successfully with the seller to carry back some financing, so it only cost me a small amount of money down for this enormous property. I went in with another investor and we used our IRAs. So we put down about 25%. The seller financed 75% for us, and we were able to purchase this beautiful piece of property right across the street from where the government was building a new hospital. We had amazing ocean views. You can't see them that well in this picture, but all of my dreams came true as a result of investing in my IRA in a unique way. And I learned a lot throughout this process. One of the things that we did is we came up with a strategy of how are we going to pay off the seller? Well, instead of pulling out more money out of our IRAs, the seller was carrying back paper for us. So what we did is we segregated some lots. So out of the 164 acres, we segregated about 20 or so acres and we sold off these parcels. And we brought in enough money to completely pay off the seller and have some extra capital to put in infrastructure on the property. So with very little money down, about 25% down, we were not only able to own the rest of the property free and clear, but we were able to have enough money to put in improvements like a road, water, electricity, and do other things that would help force appreciation to the property. So again, I really feel like I achieved financial freedom by using my IRA, leveraging those pre-tax dollars, putting it in play into a dream piece of real estate. And we now own this property free and clear in our IRAs, and we're looking towards the future to develop a hotel, we're looking to develop a wellness center, and we're looking to do a lot of other things that are going to make this project grow and flourish. We're going to do it on a tax advantage basis in our IRAs. So I wanted to take this knowledge and take this information and share with you to show how you can do the same thing in 3 simple steps.